when I make this video, there's gonna be no bias, so I don't want to hear anything about anybody. This is for my friends, and we're gonna do part 1 and part 2 if it gets 100 reviews and that's a couple hundred likes, you know what I'm saying? Starting off, we got Jerks. Now, Jerks is going on C tier because this is all around. So, Jerks is going on C tier because I feel like he strives to think that he's greater than what he is, kind of like the ego thing and stuff like that. He's second best console player and all this other stuff. Yeah, I put him on that because I feel like he overthinks stuff. He has good he has decent mechanics, but other than that, he has no good aim. Like, he'll leave himself open sometimes too, from what I noticed. And you know, that's from what I see. And when he actually tries, he just plays weird to take height and just doesn't fight. And another person plays weird, camp in the box. They could win because he's not a good box fighter in those positions, but he definitely knows how to build an edge and stuff like that. So I have him on C tier because of that reason. He's low C tier actually. He might be close to D. He was close to D, but his mechanics had saved him, so I put him on C tier. You know what I'm saying? Now Tigger Green's also in C tier, because Tigger Green, people can't overrate him. He's not bad at all. I don't understand why people say that. Tigger Green is not. He's definitely not really like perfect, but he's not terrible either. Tigger Green is C tier because he does have, if you notice, Tigger Green does have somewhat mechanics, right? He also has decent aim too when I go against him, and he did be fearless, and Jerks never be fearless. So that's why I have Tigger Green on top of him on that. But well, I don't know. They're kind of tied. They're both like almost the same. But Tigger Green, because I can't put him in D tier. Like, people might put Tigger Green in D tier in their list, but Tigger Green is not that bad like people make it seem. Like, Tigger Green is actually, if he actually played more of the game, because I'm pretty sure he has a job. I think he said that one time. He'll actually be good. Next up, we got Aqua. Aqua literally could be an S tier. I could put him in both tiers realistically, because let's keep it a buck. If Aqua actually tries it, people are gonna hate this and gonna say I'm being biased. But when he tries on people like Andy, and Andy sees the potential, see that's where he's going somewhere. Where he could be S tier. He's putting up fights with Andy, Ball, one of the best PGers in the game, one of the new best players in the game. Not new, but you know. Basically, what I'm saying is when he tries or when he does good that day, he plays like he's an actual pro with good mechanics and all this other stuff. Now, people are gonna hate when I say that he could almost be an S tier. But if you're telling me that he could almost beat Ball, Andy in fights, that's why I have him right there for a good reason, because it makes sense. He's almost beating people that are considered one of the best players in the game, 2 of the best players in the game, for what I see. So that's why I have him in that tier list. All right, next up we got Outcast Ball, or Ball. You know, OG Ball, the best PGer in the game. He did go against Andy and lose, but he had a broken mouse, so I don't count that as anything. And even if he did, it's Andy, so I don't care. So, Ball, bro, the best PGer in the game. Come on now, I have to put him in S. People are gonna say, oh, you have to count each other game mode, but in Zone Wars, when I seen him in a 2v2, he was actually doing very good in the 2v2. He was actually doing most of the work, you know what I'm saying? So, I got Ball up there. You know, Ball's gonna be up there because of my reason. I don't give a damn what anybody says. Ball's S tier. Plus, he's the one that started with his own. It's not even his own retakes, but he made physics retakes to his own, basically. Just Ball deserves to be up in S tier. If you say otherwise, I don't know what else, because you know he's a top tier PGer. If you watch the 1v1 him and Melody do, that shit was crazy. That was probably the craziest 1v1 I've ever seen. So yeah. Next up, we got my boy How. He's not known, but it's like he could be known if he wanted to, but he really doesn't. But How, dude, if you see him in the 2v2 against him, bro, not even just the 2v2, 1v1 in general, he's actually good at every game mode. Probably him. Let me think. He's probably the best player on my friends list. I'm not gonna lie. Just in general, like, you can say whatever you want, but he's actually very good at the game. He's a G Money clone, but he has like really like godly aim, very godly mechanics and everything. That's why I have him on S tier for a reason. Cause he's just like that, bro. I'm not gonna lie, he just crazy in the game, like, and he barely plays it like that too. He really, realistically, he gets on every other game, but when he gets on Fortnite, he still wins. That's why I have him on S tier. All right, my boy Kenny's on the list. He does have a little ego, a little bit of an ego. I can say that he does have an ego, but regardless of any of that, the difference of I think about him and Jerks is that he has good aim and good mechanics. And I mean, I can't put him at S tier, but I'll give him the slight chance. I'll give him an A tier because I feel like he could put up with top tier people. Maybe he can't win or whatever, but he still could put up with top tier pros. Maybe get a couple rounds on them, you know what I'm saying? I feel like if Kenny actually has a good day, he goes against somebody really good, he can get a couple rounds on them. So I have him at A tier. He could possibly move to S tier. I feel like if he cuts the ego, he trained like, he's actually good. He just needs to, you know, if he like basically gets crazy at the game, like if he has everything mastered down packed and playing with Cliff, he has more shots, whatever, he could actually be an S tier just like Aqua. Basically they have the same reasoning to be an S tier, but they're just not there yet. But when they actually try, they can be there. But I haven't seen Kenny actually have a good day with aiming and all this extra stuff. So when I see that day, you know, maybe he'll be an S tier just like Aqua. So yeah, I don't care what anybody says. It's gonna be controversial, but Booper's gonna be an S tier for many reasons. Bro, he could get you better. He could help you get better. But on top of that, he's good at the game, and he has godly mechanics. Now, I'm not just gonna, because if I literally just have a reasoning just to put him for creative, he'll be an A. But he's in comp, he actually plays very good. Like, he's actually mains comp, probably way better at comp than anything, than creative. That's why he's behind creative, but he's still good at it. So, if he's good at creative, but godly at comp, I'm gonna put him at S tier. And I don't care what anybody says, but he should be there because he could still maintain both while doing the other and still be very good at both. And then he has god tier mechanics too on top of that. So I have him on S tier. Now, bro, I don't mean, you know, he deserves it. I feel like Booper deserves it. I mean, if you try to argue with me with that, then I don't know, but Booper has actually probably one of the best mechanics I've ever seen. And when him and Hao 1v1, I think he took Zone Wars and then Hao took PGs. But, you know, I mean, he's just crazy too. He's another person that deserves S tier. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to get flamed for this one. Logic is going in both tiers from my personal experience. I fight him, his aim is not all the way there. Like, I mean, he hits shots, but people kind of overrate that soft aiming BS, because he just, first of all, I think he's all mechs, just a tiny bit of aim realistically, but he mains all mechs. And if he had at least a little bit better aim from what I've seen, because I mean, he's obviously good, better than me, but I'm saying his aim, you know, every time he gets in a box fight with me, he'll lose because he's not good at box fights. Basically, in a box fighting situation, he's not good at. But I still have him at S tier, but I have him at A tier too, because literally just because of his aim. But his mechs are very good, but he needs to fix that aim, you know what I'm saying? Fix that aim a little bit more. Because that's how he keeps denying him. He thinks I solve things. Realistically, I'm just a god. I'm just a GOAT. I'm just the greatest of all time. That's why I'm an A and S tier. And that's why I say this tier list is not biased, because I don't give a damn what anybody says. That's why I made the tier list myself, to prove everything. You know what I'm saying? But, and even if he was A tier, kind of high A, but he's the above or lower the minimum of S. Because if he played comp just like Booper, he would be up there. But I'm saying because his box fighting situation, no. I can't put him. I put him at S tier, but I have to also put him at A tier. That's all I gotta say. If you like this tier list, I'll drop part 2 for everybody else. But look, hear me out. I'm not, it's no bias. You see what I did? It's no bias. So I don't give a damn what anybody says. Alright? Dropping this video soon. And yeah, see you guys later. Like and sub too. And as a matter of fact, comment in the video what was rigged and what should have been, who should have been somebody above somebody else, or how you're feeling about your placement in the tier list. That's all I gotta say. See you guys soon. Peace.